If you want to become a model at 40, 50, 60 with absolutely no experience, but you just want to try it, then you don't want to miss this video. So stay tuned. Hey, I'm Dawn Gallagher. Hello, beauties. What's going on? So we're going to just take a little trip down memory lane so you can see a little bit of my background. And then we'll go into how you, if you want to try it, how you can become a model at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. There's no age limit anymore. So, but this video is specifically for my mature beauties over a certain age, and they've never done it and they're interested in it, or they did it when they were younger and they're like, hey, I want to try it again. So my grandmother saved all these albums, and you can see how old these are, but my grandmother was very proud and she wanted to, you know, save albums of all my JCPenney and editorial, and you can see she saved everything, like literally everything. And she was very, very sweet. I have like 10 of these because I never saved anything. And back in the day, you know, you had to really like look at the catalogs and do the research and all that in order to save these images. So now everything's on digital. Also did lots of editorial cosmetic campaigns. This was for Coty. I worked in Italy doing a lot of Italian Bazaar. I had several covers of Italian Bazaar. Worked for Valentino. Did a ton of work with Valentino, Cosmopolitan, had several covers like on American magazines such as Redbook, again Cosmopolitan, but these were some of the earlier modeling jobs I did. And this was kind of interesting. I love Linda Evangelista. I always thought she was a great model. But we were in Italy together. This is me doing couture. It was for Italian Bazaar, and this was her first modeling job. So kind of interesting. I've worked with some of the greatest models, such as Iman and Kelly Emberg, Kim Alexis, Gia, you name it, I worked with them. Sheila Johnson, and also some very famous actresses as well. I have like boxes of this stuff, boxes of editorial and photos that I did. But anyway, that's why I'm still modeling today, because it's possible. So I want to teach you how you can do it as well. I started working at 16 years old. And I'm 16, so do the math. It's been 40 something years that I've been modeling. And I'm doing other things, of course. My goal in life right now is to help women make money, side gigs, things that are fun, things that are creative. So I'm going to be doing a video. This video is going to be about how to model over a certain age, but then I want to do a video on how to be an influencer over a certain age. So that'll be the next video. How to, you know, be a content creator. So I have all kinds of different video ideas. I would love to hear from you if there's anything that you would like to see or learn about. I was also a QVC host, so I can give you some insight into if you want to be a host on a TV show. But this video is really just targeting how do we become a model over a certain age. So the first thing you want to do, and you know, let me just go through 4 different steps. The first thing you want to do is you need to get a photographer who is local, that, you know, has good, go online and you can see who the local photographers are, but you want someone that's creative, someone that's good. You can even look on Instagram in your area and type in photographers, or Facebook and look up photographers in your neighborhood or your community. Get some great professional photos done. And I would suggest when you go to get your photos taken, you want to get the right hair, the right makeup, and the right stylist, because it is worth every penny to look like $1,000,000. You want to bang it out of the box because agencies want to see what you look like on camera. How do you project on camera? Now, a lot of women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they say, well, do I need to get like Botox and all this stuff done? No. The more natural you look, the more they're going to like you. Because especially for lifestyle shoots, they want you to look very real. They want you to look, you know, like you're aging. So if you're getting too much work done, there's not a lot of, I'm going to be honest with you, there's not a lot of work. So try to stay as natural as possible if this is something you want to do. So after you get your photos done, this is now step 2. And again, it's worth its weight in gold to get a good professional photographer, a good hair and makeup person, a good stylist, because you want to look great and you want to have different looks. So you want to have maybe a body shot, like maybe workout clothes. You want to have like a high fashion shot, and then something more like lifestyle and casual. The next thing you want to do is start looking for an agent. And you can Google, go online. There's many, many different ways to find an agency. There are agencies, I don't care where you're living, there's agencies in almost every city. Now, if you're living out in the middle of the woods or, you know, somewhere, you know, that's not near a big city, then you want to look in that city that you're closest to, and you're going to look for local modeling agencies. You contact them and you just say, I have photos, and they have something called open calls. So they usually do that once a week or once a month, where people can come in and you show them your digitals, or you email them your digitals, and they pretty much will let you know right away whether, you know, they're interested or not. But I wouldn't give up, because there's a lot of online agencies, so it's not like you have to be, you know, in New York City or Los Angeles or Miami, one of the main hubs. You can work remotely. And sometimes if you're with those agencies, like I live in New York City, but I get jobs in Los Angeles, I get jobs in Miami, and they fly me there. I do the jobs and I fly home. Now, many times they look for local people, but if you're with an agency and you've got the right photos, if you're what they're looking for, they will fly you anywhere. They'll fly you to Europe. I mean, I've been all over the world. So it's very important that you have a good book and you find the right agent. Now, this is very important because this is step 3. There's scammers out there. There are people out there that'll say, just pay me $3,500 and I'll get you signed up and I'll get you a modeling agency and I'll do all this and all that and you're going to be a star. No, that's not how it works. So be careful of the scammers. You should not be putting all this money into getting a portfolio and getting pictures done. Either you have it or you don't. So just to give people that kind of money to just have you in a contest or a beauty pageant or whatever, it is, to me, is crazy, because you don't want to do that. Be careful of scammers. There's a ton of them out there. Just send me a comment and you say, you know, this person's reached out to me. What do you think? I will always let you know, honestly, if I think it's a scam or not. But be very careful. And then step 4, now you want to get your agency, you have your portfolio, and now you want to try to get work. So sometimes I don't do anything exclusive. I don't sign with any agent that is exclusive, because I feel like if I'm non-exclusive, I can work with several different agencies. I can work online and get booked with some of the agencies that exclusively are online. And to me, you know, I wouldn't sign an exclusive agency unless they're offering you like a ton of money, like unless they're offering you a contract deal or something. Just try to stay non-exclusive and try to see how many different agencies you can get. Like I have an agency in California, I have one in Miami, I have one in New York, I have one in London. I have an influencer agency. I'm going to do a whole nother video on how to make money as an influencer. So, you know, the 4th thing is, you know, take the risk. If you've always wanted to be a model and you're 40, 50, 60, maybe you're an empty nester, maybe you've gone through a divorce, maybe you just want a side gig because you've already got a job and this is something fun to do. I would totally encourage it, and I would take the risk. And you don't have to be a certain height. Now that's the other thing. So many women say, well, do I have to be a certain height? Do I have to be a certain weight? Do I have to have a certain look? No. Anything goes these days, anything. And the agencies will tell you like right away what pictures you need, or they'll let you know what they think you might need to add to your portfolio. So, or to your book, your online book. I would, if you have an agency that says, listen, we really love you, we think you can get a ton of work, and you want to move to another city and try it out, why not? Right? Now, if you don't want to move to another city, then just try to do it locally. If I was to go back in time and talk to my 20-year-old self or my 18-year-old self when I started, there were so many things. I was so shy. I was so naive. I let the photographers sometimes yell at me, and, I didn't know my worth. I didn't know how much, models made. And so if I was to go back and know what I know now, that's why it's so important as a mature person to get into the business, because now you're savvy. Now you've been around, and hopefully, you know your self-worth. Remember, don't let anybody dull your sparkle. And what I want to say about the rates, they're anywhere from $150 to $200 for an hour. And it can go up to $2,500, $3,000 for the day, for a day rate. Now, it depends on what you're doing. If you're shooting for the Ritz Hotel, it might be $3,500 for the day. If you're doing JCPenney catalog or a basic catalog, it might be $2,000 for the day. So the rates are kind of all over the place. Again, I'm going to talk to you guys in the next video about how to get into the influencer world. Because again, you can make a fortune as an influencer, or I call it content creators. And there's such a wide open market for women over 40, 50, 60, because a lot of women don't know how to create reels. They don't. Oh, that's a great idea. Maybe I'll teach you guys how to create reels on CapCut. It's super easy. And I'll teach you how to, work the camera. I'll make more videos, but I'd love to hear from you. So please, subscribe, put in the comments below. What do you want to hear from me? I'm here for you. Just think of me as your BFF. I'm here to support you, to help you, to answer any questions. I cannot get you jobs. That you're going to have to do on your own. I cannot get you a modeling agency. That you're going to have to do on your own. But you can ask any questions because I'm here for you. I really want women over a certain age to thrive, make their own money, to be beautiful and sexy. I say age does not have an expiration date. We're not egg cartons. We're not milk cartons. We're not, we don't have a stamp on us with an expiration date. So live your best life, thrive, have fun. And again, leave comments, subscribe, like, and details will be below of different agencies that I think are really good for the mature woman. And I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Mwah. Bye-bye.